Hello and welcome back to Patriot Emergency Response Team's Dispatch Training Center. In this episode, we are going to talk about our ICS Forms tab. Within this tab, we have a built-in bulletin board that we can post our ICS forms that we filled out for an incident right directly to the board. This way they can be accessed very easily by members in the field and other dispatch team members. On this board, we have the ICS 202, which is our incident action plan. We have our ICS 205, which is our communications plan. We have our ICS 205A, which is the communications assignments. We have our ICS 206, which is our medical plan. We have the ICS 213, which is a standardized message form. We have the ICS 213RR, which is our resource request form or order form. We have the ICS 214, which is the activity log, mainly for unit activities. We have the ICS 214A, which is the individual log for individual personnel in the field. And last but not least, we have the ICS 221, which is our demobilization checkout form. Okay. The very first form, which is our ICS 202, this is our incident objectives. Most of the time this is filled out by the upper command staff or incident commander. This is where we can list the objectives for that day. We can list operational period command instructions to go out, and general situation awareness, which is a very important tab because this is where we can list safety hazards and things like that. We can also indicate whether we have a site safety plan is required or if it's not required. If it is required, we can put down where that plan can be located at. And then also we can indicate what other forms that we have attached to this form, whether it be the medical forms, maps and charts for maritime stuff, or aviation charts, or just local topographical charts. We can also add weather and weather, tide, and current information as well for maritime operations. And continuing on down, it'll tell you who it was that put the 206 or the 202 together, what their position is, and their digital signature. And then also it has a spot for incident commanders that can sign off on it and approve it. Once this form is complete, we can post it either on our bulletin board so it can be a living document, or we can email it directly to another agency or organization. Okay, continuing on. The next one is our ICS 205, and this is the standardized communications plan. Normally this will be completed by the communication unit leader. On this form, it basically lists the radio caches or system channels and zones that we would be operating on, as well as the function of each one of those, and the frequency and tone information, or NAC for Project 25, or color code for DMR. It also shows the assignment for each one of those channels and any special remarks that would go along with those. Again, at the very bottom, it'll tell you who the person was that completed that form and submitted it, and the date and the time. And it'll also give you the operational period that this form is good for. And continuing on. Next one is the 205A. This form here is basically to assign communication devices to different people or different leadership positions. As you can see, it gives you the operational period that this is good for, the incident name. It'll give you the assigned position, so if it's safety chief or public information officer or staging chief, branch chief, task force leader, any of those, it'll be listed in here. It'll also list the name of the person and their contact information. So, be phone, cell phone, extension number, radio number, satellite phone, anything like that will go into this section here. Also, this form can also be posted on the bulletin board, so it's a living document, or it can be emailed out directly to whoever it needs to go to. Okay, the next one on our list is the ICS 206, and this is our medical plan. The medical plan is normally filled out by the medical staff that will be at the incident. Most of the time, it'll either be by a doctor or paramedics that are on standby there. It'll basically tell you where the med aid stations are, how you can contact them, what phone number or frequency that they're on, whether there's paramedics on site or not. Also lists transportation, so it would list the medic unit numbers that are available for transportation, or if there's air units there for air evac, it'll also be listed in here as well, and same with their contact information. It'll also tell you whether that unit is an ALS or Advanced Life Support Unit, or BLS, which is a Basic Life Support Unit. Continuing on down, the next one is the local hospitals in the area. We'll list the hospital names, the addresses, latitude and longitude, and whether that hospital has a helipad or not. Also, contact phone numbers and frequencies if they use radio systems, which most hospitals do. We'll list approximate air travel time from the location of the incident to that hospital, and ground travel time. Also, if the hospital is a trauma center or burn center or not, we can list that as well. And then any special medical emergency procedures can be listed down below here. You can also check on the box if aviation assets are utilized for rescue, and if so, what the coordinates are, and the air operations frequencies. Continuing on, this will also have a name and signature of the medical unit leader that prepared this form and submitted it, and approved also by the safety officer. This form can also be posted to the bulletin board or emailed out to other units and personnel and teams. Continuing, the next one is the ICS 213. ICS 213 is your standardized message form. This is for official message traffic from one official to another official. And we can also receive replies on this. Most of this form itself, most of the time will not get posted to the bulletin board due to the nature of the form. So these forms here are for direct email only. Okay, continuing on. And this one is our ICS 213 RR. This is our resource request form. This is where staging facilities would put in for different assets that they would need, or supplies, or anything like that. This form can be sent directly to one of our warehouses or to another supply center for equipment and things like that. This form can be posted on the bulletin board, or it can be emailed directly. Okay, next form is the ICS 214. 214 is your activity log. This is mainly for a strike team or another group. It's not really an individual activity log. This would be something that like the safety officer would fill out, or a strike team leader would fill out, or a branch chief would fill out, or your comms chief would fill this out. These can be posted to the bulletin board, but most of the time they're just emailed directly to the command center or to the comm center to put into a daily packet for the incident commander. Okay, and next one that we have is our ICS 214A. The 214A is the individual daily log. So this form would go out to all personnel at a scene, or that's directly involved with the scene on scene. This is what they would use to basically write down their daily logs and submit it to the comm center to be entered into the CAD system if it's not already entered directly into the CAD. This can be posted to the bulletin board as well, and it can be emailed as well. And last but not least, we have our ICS 221 form, and this is our demobilization checkout form. This is normally for the staging officer that's in charge of intake and demobilization of units and personnel and all that kind of stuff. Basically, it's just a checkoff form to make sure that the units have everything that they came with, or are leaving with what they need. If the finance office has taken care of all that stuff, and basically everything else. This form can be posted on the bulletin board. Most of the time, it's just emailed directly to command so they can add it to their final report. Right now, this is all that we have for ICS forms, but I do have the rest of them in the process of getting them done, and should be up shortly. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at CAD_IT at PERTdispatch.com, or you can call me at extension 600. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that like button. That way you'll be notified of new videos as they post. Thank you, and have a great day.